So this is going to be the tutorial video for the last trick I actually uploaded. Now I only uploaded the performance and I thought I would do the tutorial in a separate video. So this is going to be the video the tutorial is going to be in. Now if you didn't get a chance yet to check out the performance, I will link that down below in the description. So, before we actually get into the tutorial, a few things you should know. Number one, if you would like to see a review on this deck of cards, these are called the Run cards. I will leave that deck review down below in the description. And the second thing you should know is that for this trick, I actually used two identical jokers. And you're going to see why during the tutorial. So if you would like to see a video or two videos actually that go over decks of cards that come with identical jokers and duplicate cards, those will be linked down below in the description. I'm probably going to be updating those videos in the next month or so be on the lookout for that. And once you have all of that, you're all set to go. So, starting off the effect, you can produce the jokers any way you would like. I just have them on top of the deck. So I go up to the spectator and I just turn over the jokers, explaining that we're going to use these two jokers later. Now the spectator can shuffle the deck. And right after this tutorial, I am going to teach the trick one more time, but with different cards in the deck to show you why I recommend duplicate jokers. So once the deck is shuffled, you can do one of two things. You can either do the trick with the whole deck, or you can set the deck down and have them cut the deck about in half, and then you can have them choose whichever half they would like. I just think having one half of the deck helps me, but you don't need to do that if you don't want to. So let's say they do this half. So they can shuffle this half again, and this is when I'm going to have them select a card, while also doing the first move. So let's say they select the four of hearts. The four of hearts, not the three. Now, I don't recommend looking at it, but you could, and I also recommend the card being signed as well. So once the card is face down, you're going to pick up the two jokers face up, and you're going to put their selection right in between the two jokers, and you can flash it one more time if you would like. But when you come back down, here's the first move. You're going to be talking about how you have the Joker and their selection. So what I do is first I say this. So as you can see, in between the two Jokers here, we have your selection. And just like that, I was able to actually catch a break underneath the top two cards here. So how did I do that? Well, I had the cards like this. I can show it one more time. But when I bring my hands down, I'm going to take this first joker, put on top of the deck face up without any breaks, put my pinky in, and say we have your selection, and then I place the third, or actually the second joker on top. So now you have a break right there. And now you're going to do a double undercut. So if you don't know how to do the double undercut, I will link that down below in the description. But essentially, I'm in pinky break. I come over and do thumb break. So my thumb is in the back. My middle ring pinky are in the front. Index is on top. I can hold the break. I use my pinky to take off about half of the cards. And I put them right on top while actually maintaining this break. And now you're going to drop off this half right here while saying we're going to leave the two jokers and your selection right there. Now, what did I do? Well, you just left one joker here, and you have on the bottom their selection and then the other joker. It's that easy. So I'll go over that one more time. We're probably going to add a few more cards too. So once again, we're like this. So we have the joker. Now I'm going to catch my pinky break. We have your selection and then the other joker. Gonna come over and do thumb break. And now I can grab about half and I can double undercut it right to the top while keeping everything. Then I say I'm gonna place your the two jokers with your selection right there. And now I'm gonna add a few more cards just to make the next move easy. So what you're now gonna do is have another card selected. The only thing is, you don't want the joker at the bottom or that selection actually selected, I guess. So you could either spread out the top half, you could actually force the top half, one of these cards, or you, the magician, could take a card. So what I might do is go through, and I will take one from the middle. In this case, the two of diamonds. So while this card is being remembered, you need to catch a break above the bottom card, okay? So you can do a pinky count, you can riffle down. The only thing I don't suggest is actually spreading through because of that joker there. Unless the spectator is signing this card, you turn your back and then you spread through and lift up and catch a break under that bottom card. But here's the move. The second selection goes face up on top. You're going to come into thumb break once again. You're going to swing cut about half. And if you don't know how to do the swing cut, I will link that down below. But all you're going to do is use your thumb to push over this top card. Use this packet to turn it over. And now you're going to drop this card on top, which is actually the first selection. So I just line up everything like this with my fingertips. I'm going to move it up. Now you can see the break is lined up. So I like to put my pinky right in there, okay? So here's the break. I put my pinky right in there. And then I turn my wrist. And I can show the two. And then I'm going to use my index finger to push down the 2 and turn my hand immediately and put down this card. Now this is going to be the, well, it should have been the 4. Let's try that again. So we catch a break above the 4. I swing cut. Okay, make sure your break is good because you want to drop that card. We turn it over. You're just going to move up the 2 now. You can drop the break and turn the rest. And once you show them the 2, you're going to push it down with your index finger, turn your hand, and just push it off. So now this is the 4. They think it's the 2. The 2 is right here. And the joker is right here. And the other joker is right here. So now you may understand what we're going to do. So you want to break underneath this 2. So what I do is while I'm turning my whole body, I just can push over and pull back and catch a break while my hand is turned. Now, another way to get by that is just pinky count. Or you could come over and if you're real good, you could line up everything for a split second. You could lift up on that top card. And then you can drop everything. And now this half is going to be cut. And now the trick is complete. You can talk about how you selected 2 cards and you're going to try to get them to teleport. You can snap your fingers and you can spread out the deck and show 1 card. Now, when I do the reveal, you can do this anyway. I like asking the spectator what their first card was. They will say the Four of Hearts, and I have them turn over the card on the table, because that will be the four. And then they'll be shocked because that was supposed to be the two of diamonds. And then I can have them come in between the jokers and turn over this card, and that is the two of diamonds. So that is going to be the tutorial with the duplicate jokers. Now, I'm going to do this tutorial one more time because I want to make sure you got all the moves down. And I'm going to use cards from the deck here because I know some people don't actually have identical jokers. So you're going to want to be careful with this. Let's say the two red kings are over there, and let's say we cut the deck a little more than half, just to have some backup cards here, in case we need them. So, we're going to get a card selected, let's say this one, the two of spades. So you're going to pick up the two kings, and you're going to put the two in between it, and you can flash them one more time. When you bring your hands down, you're going to put the king of, you're going to explain the first king here, then the selection, and then the king of diamonds. You're going to come into thumb break, and now you're going to do a double undercut. So now when you put down the half like this, they see the king of hearts. You want in their mind to believe that the both kings, so the king of diamonds, the selection, and the king of hearts were there. So if you actually did it correctly, they would see the king of diamonds and not the king of hearts. But if you have duplicate jokers, they won't know because both jokers look the same, so they'll just assume that both jokers are there. So I hope that makes sense, but that's why I don't use cards from the deck. You want to convince them the king of diamonds for both kings, because that's on top. They see the king of hearts, well, that's no good. Unless you have a duplicate card, like two king of hearts or two king of diamonds, then it would fly, I think. So they're going to leave it there, and you know you have the two on the bottom, followed by the king. So now they're going to choose a card, but you don't want any of the bottom cards. So let's say the four of diamonds. So while they're remembering the four, I'm just going to catch a break above it. So I do a pinky count. I come over and do thumb break. I'm going to swing cut. And now here's the move. I'm going to use this packet to turn over the cards. I push it over. I turn it. And now this break card is going to get deposited on top. I'm going to try to show this the best I can. So you know you're like this. You touch the packets. You're going to move up everything. Now everything is aligned. So I like to put my pinky right in there. And then I turn my wrist. And I can show the 4. I push that down, I turn my wrist immediately, and I drop that card. They think that's the 4, that's actually the 2. So now you want another break. So you could do a pinky count, or as you come over like this, you could just push over and pull back. Either way, you have a break. So now I'm going to put everything on top of the break. I'm going to lift up from the break. So now you have the 2, actually the 4, my bad, and the 1 king. You're going to drop this on top. And now with this packet, doesn't matter. I like to give it a few cuts. And now you're all set. So you can talk about teleportation, how you're going to make the 2-card switch, snap your fingers, spread out the deck. I like to ask them their first card, in this case the 2 of spades. They can turn over this one. And then their second card, I think was the four of diamonds or the four of hearts. But when they turn over this one, the four of diamonds, they will see that the two cards switched places. So, that was the tutorial for this effect. I hope you really enjoyed this. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time with another video. Bye.